Oh gosh. I come and sit back down after grabbing my beverage and there was a raid. Wow. All right, let me test the marbles real quick and just see if they're gonna work. Yep, it does seem like the marbles are going. I suppose since I'm here and the marbles are working, maybe I should actually just, you know, hello. Welcome everybody. Welcome to a Monday Space Day. And thank you so much, Xander, for the raid. If you are not following Xanderific, you should definitely be following Xanderific. Amazing streamer, wonderful TTRPG player, and has currently been playing through The Witcher on Mondays and is about to start a brand new Zelda game that I didn't even know it existed, on Zelda tomorrow. So plus other projects that, of course, I cannot remember everybody else's schedule. I can barely remember mine. But you should definitely check out Xander if you have not already. So also, Puddleglum, thank you so much for the resubscription. 17 months is so many months, very much so. There are rubber ducks everywhere, and the chief pranks officer says that it is not his work. It's entirely possible that they are some form of a bird-like tribble, which would be a bird-like tribble would be very appropriate for this channel. I now have to invent a bird tribble. So many ideas. A burble. I'm decked out in Star Trek gear because we're playing Star Trek Online tonight. But also, of course, at the end of stream, we will be raiding over to Cryptic Studios channel for not Clear Skies Perseverance. Indeed, actually, let me say hellos and then so of course, hello Xander, thank you for the raid. Hello Puddleglum, hello Detective Zen. Hi Elixir, it is good to see you. Yeah, welcome everybody who's here. I like to say hello to the people who have said things in chat by name. I don't know, but totally not waiting for me at Earth Space Dock. Earth Space Duck. So yeah, I have my Strange New Worlds hat on tonight because it is at present my favorite Star Trek series, narrowly edging out Deep Space Nine by being newer, and thereby including LGBTQ relationships and people in the Prime universe and not just the Mirror universe. And then of course I have this lovely sweater, the Streampunks sweater, and the marvelous Starbase AD t-shirt. I really want them to build Starbase 80 in Star Trek Online. If you're not familiar with Starbase 80, it was referenced in Lower Decks, and it was not a good place. It was. Did you ever see the movie Escape from LA? Basically, if you can imagine a Federation starbase that is post-apocalyptic, that was sort of what they described Starbase 80 as being. And so I totally want like this starbase that I think they may have shown just a little bit of it in Lower Decks, but I totally want like an entire mission that takes us to Starbase 80 in Star Trek Online. I think it'd be so fun. Kiwi's pretty much a tribble with legs and a beak. You're not wrong. If we're talking emojis, Starbase shocked expression. So yeah, so at the end of stream, we will head over. It is not Clear Skies Perseverance tonight because Eliza is off being amazing in the UK, doing, I believe, something called D&D in a castle. So since the GM for Clear Skies Perseverance is not available, they are going to be doing a one-shot GM'd by someone named Eric Campbell. Eric Campbell? Eric Gamble. Erisamble? I'm not sure that I've heard of this person, but I think that they might actually I don't know. I'm willing to give them a try since, you know, they're going to have the Streampunks there to support them, whoever they might be. I goof, of course. Amazing in the UK is totally an album name. You're not wrong. But yes, 16-bit Eric, otherwise known as Eric C. Campbell, will be taking over the GM's chair today for a supposed one-shot. If you are at all familiar with the Streampunks or Eric's GM style, I question one-shot. Oh my gosh. It is another raid. Hello, Stephen Joyce. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody from Tiny Hat Labs. Welcome to the Rogues Gallery. I am Rogan27, and this is Monday Space Day. Indeed, if anyone here is not following Stephen Joyce, you absolutely should. Stephen is a wonderful, wonderful streamer with an amazing community. He makes these lovely little tiny hats, and you can have him put them on his head, and it is just a joy to behold. It is a wonderful place to hang out. Today was an entire game that, if you've ever seen Marbles on Stream, it's very much like Marbles on Stream. I have no idea what the name of the game was, but it was like little dinosaurs and monkeys driving cars, sort of Mario Kart style. But and Steven does an amazing job of like calling the race as it's going on. Nitro Stream Racing. It was a lot of fun. Stephen Joyce raiding nice people. Well, it's lovely to have a raid coming from nice people. But yeah, Stephen Urban Bohemian, welcome in. Mermaid Jeans, it's good to see you. And I also want to say, I watched Stephen play a game called I Was a Teenage Exocolonist a while back. And based on that, I decided to get the game, and I played the game, and I loved the game. And I gifted the game to Eric Campbell, and now Eric Campbell has like gifted it to, or actually, I think just gifted it to like everybody in existence. He was saying on his stream this morning that he thinks he might have gotten Marisha Ray and Taliesin Jaffe obsessed with the game now as well. And so it is all Steven's fault. It's all Steven's fault. And that's a good thing, because it's an amazing game. Yeah, so yes. So tonight we're going to continue the voyages of the USS Katherine Johnson, playing our Federation tactical officer named Tron in Star Trek Online. And then, of course, as I said, we'll raid over to Cryptic Studios for the Streampunks one-shot of Star Trek Adventures, since their regular GM is in the UK doing D&D with a castle, or D&D in a castle. D&D with a castle would be very interesting. Would the castle be a mimic? I wonder. And then, of course, Wednesday, I have my archive stream, and this week I'm looking at a collection about some animated computer animation that was done in 1969 in Fortran using punch cards. And it looks like a really, really interesting collection. And so I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Saturday is Ultima 6, and Sunday, we're gonna do the party again. We did the party in the Mass Effect 3 Citadel DLC, and it was a lot of fun, but now I have to see, I'm told that the outcomes can be different if I make different choices. And so we're going to play the party once more. Not 4chan, Fortran, Fortran, an early programming language. But I definitely understand how they sound similar. The Citadel DLC has been amazing. It is my first time playing that game. And I know that we're so close to like big events because chat made me wait until like the last possible moment to do this DLC. I would play the DLC as a standalone game. Like, give me more of that. It was a love letter from the writers to the characters, and it is so well done. Yeah, I just give me more of that. It was amazing. I think it's done technically, except that we're going to repeat the party. Anyway, I should probably actually move to the game screen at some point. But yeah, hi Shadows. This is good to see you. Creeping in, I suppose there's enough light to cast you about. That sentence came out strangely, but hi. Of course, since we're space themed today, I'll just throw up the crew list. This is the current crew of the Rogue Ship 1, the titular star, the imaginary, not titular yet, the imaginary starship that will grace the pages of like my opening screen and whatnot once I finish drawing it. But we did a charity stream not long ago, and one of the rewards was getting added to the crew list. So people have stations on the channel, and are members of the Rogue Ship 1 crew, and we'll see how that develops over time. I have ideas. But yeah, okay. Now I'm just distracted and silly, which is fine. I like distracted and silly. Okay. We should see some Star Trek Online. Oh, yes, do the food. Get the food. Foods are important. Maintain that corporeal form. Unless, in fact, you are a wormhole alien from Deep Space Nine, in which case you don't have a corporeal form to maintain, and I would be very surprised if you were watching my stream. Fill squirty combat with water. Then, I mean, you are the chief pranks officer, so I guess it fits. Oh gosh, yes, midnight. Midnight is a good time to away. I hope that you have a good night. It was nice of you to stop by. The bucket. Okay, let me push the button and hopefully it works. I think it has worked. I do not know if the game audio is at a good level or not. So, you know, let me know if it ends up not being. But yes, these are the voyages of the USS Katherine Johnson. Is wormhole alien a derogatory term on Bajor? I don't know. I in fact think probably yes, because they are the prophets. Only my brain forgot that word when I was saying it, and the closest I could come was wormhole aliens. So I apologize if I have given offense to any of my Bajoran viewers. I did not mean anything by it. It was merely my brain not functioning properly. So since we last joined Captain Tron, it would be religiously offensive, even though they know their gods are just some alien dudes. Yeah. Since we last joined Captain Tron and knocked about the universe here, I have done reputation projects, just a lot of like the maintenance stuff in the background. So I don't have any marks presently to advance these further. They're all up to tier 4 at this point. I've also done some like R&D projects and Admiralty stuff, and been advancing and doing like the duty officer assignments. All of this stuff like builds up your ability to like create items and upgrade items and stuff like that. And in fact, our captain is a Bajoran male named Tron Prell. And yeah, so we left off, like I've done all of that extra stuff in the background so that we could just pick up with the story. You'll note, if you are familiar with the game at all, I just noticed my button automatically turned on the wrong camera. I'm gonna fix that real quick. There we go. That is better. so above my head here, these are our quests, and all of these are from doing the reputation projects right now. So I will do them later once they actually become actual relevant quests. But right now they'd be spoilery, so I will not be doing them. In fact, I don't know. I can hide them, I think, but I'll leave them alone for now because they don't really bother me. What instance am I on? I'm presently on Space Dock 7. But we left off here with Admiral Quinn wanting to talk to us. And so that is where we're going to pick up. I'm going to say hello to Admiral Quinn. Greetings, Admiral. I have new orders for you. Oh dear, I don't know. Oh yes, the galaxy at large. I was like, but this is a good one for anybody who's not familiar with the game. How do I find my next mission, sir? You'll receive a hail with details about your next mission. Starfleet is constantly dealing with a wide range of issues, so you may find other problems where you can help. I encourage our captains to get involved. Exploration and aid are both primary goals for Starfleet. I'd like to see my mission journal, which was just where I was. So far, we've done the Klingon War. I believe we finished. Yeah, we're done with the Klingon War. We just have to click that green highlighted text and it'll finish out the galaxy at large. And these are all like episodes, essentially. And in fact, that's what they're called, episodes. So.
You've done excellent work so far, so I want to expand the range of your mission profiles. There are trouble spots all over the galaxy. A good Starfleet captain never shies from engaging with trouble and trying to solve problems. Within the bounds of the Prime Directive, of course.
Of course. Within the Prime Directive.
You'll find patrols at systems scattered all across the quadrant, where enemy ships or local problems need help. We also have trouble spots in other parts of the galaxy, such as Nimbus 3, Drozana Station, and the Defera system. Check into these kinds of trouble spots as time permits.
Interesting. So, I say interesting because Nimbus 3 used to be part of the regular mission progression. I know it's no longer part of the main mission progression for Federation captains. Although I was recently playing a Romulan captain and it showed up in the normal progression. So I'm uncertain. But I had the sense that they had removed it. It's still playable though, and it's just interesting to me that they pointed out here that it is a thing you can do. And I mostly comment on that because I've played so many characters at this point that I don't pay attention to most of the text anymore. I usually click through it. You're hiding behind my menu. So these are all missions, but if we want to do it in actual story progression, the easiest thing to do is just exit out of this and it'll automatically pop up in a moment to tell us, hello, Daniel Foster, Detective Zen, who just joined the fleet. And is this your first character, Zen? I should wave. Yeah, I know. Is it your first character? So I will highlight and then it will say that I'm waving at you. If I'm not good with the emotes. I don't do them very much. I'm waving like you. Are we back? I don't know. I clicked the hail button and the stream broke. That was very strange. It was nice to see you on the Starbase, Zen. I think we're back now. That was weird. I'm just double checking. Every time I click out of it, it loses the sound, but it was like, hello, internet. Thanks so much. Incapacitated. Yeah, thanks. Maybe we should try this again. Oh, and it put me back into Earth Space Dock 7 again. But, okay. That was strange. All right, Romulan mystery. Okay, but seriously. It's called heading out. There we go.
Pick up Damar Khan on Starbase 114 and bring him to Starbase 39 Sierra. Starbase 114 is located in the Celis system in the Beta Quadrant.
All right, so go to Earth Space Dock in the Sol system, which is where we are, and to pick up Damar Khan, then transport him to Starbase 39 Sierra, which is located in the Beta Quadrant. It's rude to stop existing in front of a fleet admiral, you know? You know, Zen, I have no idea what that looked like to you. Did I just, like, disappear, or did I transport out, or I have no idea what a disconnect looks like. I like the outfit. The jacket is neat. I'm now walking on Admiral Quinn's desk. Of course, I have other outfits. Some of them designed by the community. I faded away into nothing. The Trans Pride outfit and oops, this one by Bit Rebellious. Then I also just I designed this one because it was a new outfit piece that I hadn't used before from the Terran conflict. All right, I am going to progress on the mission. So I think it's possible to team up, but I honestly don't know how. But security escort. I'm going to just transwarp to the mission start location, which should take me outside of the Sol system. Because you can't start the mission and then progress it while on Space Dock. You have to leave Space Dock and then return. Anyway. I have the settings set in game to like I drop. It shouldn't be doing this. It should not be doing this. It did not do this like this previously. Because I had set yeah, the graphics medium and lens flare quality is high apparently, which has never been a problem before. Some of the I can take that away. I don't know. I limited the frame rate to 60, which is I could take that down even further. Let's drop this to medium. We'll just see. My internet does not sometimes like to work because I have an internet service preventer that likes to have problems. So this might not be anything to do with my computer. My computer is actually capable of handling it. I haven't had any like rendering issues at all. It's all the network. So anyway, we've arrived at the Sol System, and here's Damar Kane.
That you would be available to take me to Starbase 39 Sierra. From there, I'm going to the Hobus system. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about that area. Fascinating place. I've made it my life's work. This life, anyway.
This life? I mean, if you're not familiar with Trek, he'll explain.
I am a Trill. Some among my people are lucky enough to be joined with a symbiotic life form. We share our bodies with them, and in return they share lifetimes of knowledge and memories with us. I am Khan's 7th host, and most of us have been scientists. My predecessor, Lenara Khan, was working to create artificial wormholes. I studied the effects of supernova.
I didn't realize that he was Lenara, I did not realize that. So Lenara Khan
Goodbye.
Showed up in an episode of Deep Space Nine. I don't really want to spoil it, but I just realized who the character is supposed to be.
In 2387, the star in the Hobus system went supernova. The resulting explosion devastated the planets in the system, of course. But then it created a chain reaction that cut a path of destruction more than 500 light years long. More than a dozen systems were affected by the Hobus event. Most notably, the Romulus system. Both Romulus and Remus were destroyed. Billions lost their lives.
Sagar, thank you for the follow.
An M-class planet like Romulus should have been protected by its stellar magnetosphere.
Not that
and its
content.
planetary magnetic field. They act like shields to protect the planet from radiation, and a supernova blast is highly energetic radiation. If the supernova is large enough, it will overwhelm those defenses, but the Romulans should have had decades to prepare for the wave's arrival. As it was, they only had hours. Goodbye.
I'm not done talking to you. Don't say goodbye. Indeed, Sagareth. That is my day job. I am an archivist.
Ambassador Spock attempted to organize an evacuation, but the Romulan Senate refused. I guess they thought they had more time. That was a horrible time. Ambassador Spock had a plan to stop the wave, but after the destruction, a Romulan named Nero blamed him. Nero had a ship of awesome power. We still don't know everything about the Narada, but we think the Romulans used Borg technology to create it.
The Narada? I feel like I'm missing some context. Was the Narada the name of Nero's ship?
Nero destroyed dozens of our ships, and even attacked a Klingon fleet led by General Worf. I hear Worf barely survived. Ultimately, Nero confronted Spock in the Hobus system. Spock managed to use red matter to create an artificial singularity to contain the worst of the supernova's blast, but
I don't think I've ever listened to him on this. You've only met a few archivists for the Tolkien collection at Marquette. I would also be starstruck seeing the Tolkien collection, but we do have a couple of letters from Tolkien's daughter in our collection. Yeah, I do an actual like stream every Wednesday from the archives and just share most of the time things I've never even looked at. It's been fun. I've been doing it for 2 years now. So, and the archivist job longer than that, but the stream for 2 years. And yeah, It's off the top of my head, I don't know that we have. Nothing comes to mind that like compares with Tolkien in our collections, but there are lots of really interesting things. We have a lot of like food related stuff, and in fact, Elixir, my mod, knows a lot more about our food stuff than I do. But this Wednesday, we're looking at a collection about an early computer animation project that was written in the Fortran computer programming language on punch cards back in 1969. And I have still photos. I have a storyboard thing in there, as well as some mock-up pasteboard models. And I believe there's a copy of the animation itself that I just need to make sure that I'll be able to play and get working. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. Hi, Hannah. This is weird. I feel like I don't think I have ever listened to what this guy had to say. So a lot of this is like brand new information to me. I didn't realize that this was there. Also, I usually play a Romulan. Wait. Did it drop out again? What the heck, Chantel? I also have an internet service preventer that likes to have instability in their service occasionally. Yeah, so that's why I didn't throw the alert, but I threw up the graphic anyway, which is my internet service preventer's logo in a dumpster fire. Because, yeah.
Goodbye.
Occasionally. All right, so what is the current Romulan political situation?
In a word, troubled. Sela rules what remains of the Star Empire and isn't shy about using the Tal Shiar and the military to bring systems back into the fold. Meanwhile, Ditan and his unificationists have formed the Romulan Republic. The Federation and the Klingons recently recognized them at Khitomer, while Empress Sela and her allies express their disapproval violently. Tensions remain high.
Yeah, I can imagine. Also, I'm very familiar with the Romulan storyline. I love the Romulan storyline in this game.
The Remans have formed a resistance movement in response to Imperial persecution. There's a lot of bad blood between Remans and Romulans that could end rather poorly. Even more troubling are reports concerning Taris, the former Imperial Praetor. She was ousted from power by Sela, and rumor has it she's seeking powerful allies from both within the Empire and without. Sela made a lot of enemies over the years. This could be their chance to settle old scores. Goodbye.
All right. Are you ready to go?
Packed and ready. The USS Tucker is waiting for me at the starbase. They'll be taking me to the Hoba system. Maybe this time we'll find the clues we need to solve this mystery.
I'm just
Goodbye.
amazed at... I never realized who Damar Kane was. Like, it's exciting. Why are you highlighted? Hello. All right, so we need to go to Starbase 39 Sierra. I could just transwarp there, but I could also fly there because it's fun. Plus, it gives more time
The Romulans
to
were once a passionate, vibrant species.
listen to this.
The loss of their homeworld has left them in ashes. The survivors of the Cataclysm have gathered under the banner of Empress Sela. She has sought out new allies from the Delta Quadrant in an attempt to rebuild the Romulans' former might. And now, she seeks revenge for a lost world and a broken people.
Yeah, the system is practically next door. Plus, if I fly through sector space right now, it gives another few moments for my internet to stabilize better. Yes, this is the Kalian multi-mission ship. Legendary Kalian Intel Multi-Mission Explorer. So when I created this, when I created this character, I used one of like the starter upgrade packs. I don't remember which one. All right. Enter Sierra system. I'm super not familiar with the capabilities of this ship yet, because I have not used it very much, because we just finished the Klingon campaign. We first created this character when the new tutorial launched. I just haven't played it a whole bunch on stream yet. But now I've scheduled it for the first Monday of every month will be Star Trek Online.
Thank you for your assistance. Is there anything else you want to know?
Are you scared to go into Romulan space? Also, if you hear a tornado siren, I don't know if the microphone's picking it up. It's just them testing the siren, which they do at a very odd time of day on a very odd day of the month.
Never! The crew of the Tucker can handle anything the Romulans can throw at us. Besides, you can only learn so much from sensors and probes. To really understand the Hobus system, we need to be there.
What else can you tell me about Romulan space?
The Romulans are touchy. Watch what you say, or you'll be in for a fight.
Probably
The
in for a
Remans
fight
don't even
anyway.
bother talking before they fire, so I think they're more dangerous than the Romulans. Sila's found some new allies too. They're from the Delta Quadrant, but I don't know much about them.
What should I do now?
Wish me luck. Oh, and
Good
I'd
luck.
check in with Admiral Tanay before you leave. She might have new orders for you.
I shall do that.
Goodbye.
All right.
You may have heard about the tragedy at Khitomer. Empress Sila attempted to disrupt the conference with a bomb, resulting in the death of Commander Tamer. Now, Sila is offering a political reconciliation with the Federation, despite the fact that we have allied with the Romulan Republic. She has invited Federation diplomats to meet with her delegation at a secure base on the edge of the neutral zone. However, we have recently received intelligence that Sila is amassing a fleet. We are sending you with the peace delegation as cover for your investigation into Sila's activities. This is a very delicate situation. You must try to covertly obtain information about Sila's plans without disrupting our peace efforts or upsetting Sila. However, we do have an agent in her retinue who will help you.
Okay, head to the Agrama system, which is located in the Beta Quadrant, to attend a conference with Empress Sila.
I have new missions.
Sounds good. All right. Why do we have a system patrol on the list right now? Okay, I am going to hide some of these. Because it's not time to do them, but they are just taking up. Oh, those are endeavors. I was like, what? It's weird. My experience of the game is very different streaming it than just playing it for myself. Because I would just go and like clear these because I've seen them all before. But I don't want to do that because it's not time for you all to see them yet. The Donia System Patrol. Did I pick that up? I don't remember, but whatever. It also doesn't take very long. We can do it. I think it's the introduction. Oh, Sargreth, I don't think I did. I was the tornado siren started going off here, so I was letting people know not to worry about it because it's just the system test that they do sometime between 7:30 and 8 p.m. on the 6th of the month. All right. Well, if I go and do the system patrol, we can transwarp to the main mission afterwards. I cannot transwarp to the system patrol. Air raid sirens? Yeah, they're the exact same siren. They're just... In the US, they end up primarily being used for tornado warnings. Yeah. It's the weirdest time of day when they do it. And they actually did it a little early this month. Usually it's at about 10 minutes till the hour that it goes off. I never know that it's going to happen. And it's the first times I heard it, I was like checking to see if there were alerts. There was no information that this was like just the time that they do it. And I was like, okay, this is not like on the hour, like it's not the first of the month. So it was really strange to me that it was on the 6th of the month, near like just before 8 o'clock in the evening. It is the most random time for a siren test, yeah. So you're in the US, just not tornado area. Which, yeah, I guess I've never really, are we already at the Donia system? Wow. Okay.
On the front
I should pay
line of the
attention.
Klingon Federation war, brave captains from both sides battle to defend their homes and gain advantages for their faction. Each death has meaning. Every victory can turn the tide. These are the conflicts that will determine the fate of the quadrant.
I love the little voiceovers. Where I grew up, we didn't have sirens. Or we did, they just never, they didn't test them. They didn't, I don't remember them ever going off, and we had tornadoes come through. But then I moved to the Midwest and we had them there. And now where I am now, we do as well. Chief Pranks Officer's pad away. Okay. Every week? That seems excessive. But I suppose there's a reason for it. All right, Donia 1. This world was once inhabited by a highly industrial society. Little was done when population began to damage the ecosystem, and when the vast forests that once covered the southern continent were destroyed to make room for more growth, the resulting greenhouse effect raised average temperatures by more than 10 degrees over a 200-year period. In the late 2380s, the Federation helped the remaining population evacuate their dying world. First Tuesday of the month around noon? Huh. Violent weather patterns are not allowed on the ship. All right, Donia system patrol. So the system patrols are just like fights, space battles. Captain, there have been several reports of Gorn ships hiding in this asteroid belt. 3 civilian vessels have been destroyed in the past 2 weeks. Starfleet wants these attacks stopped, sir. Our orders are to patrol and engage. I don't often do these. I should probably do them more on my like full level characters, because sometimes I get tired of the TFOs. I probably could do better. It's fine though. You third 3PO? Oh gosh, I think there are some pun point incoming for our chief pranks officer. What is 3PO's first initial? Zen. Detective Zen was not found. Except that it says Detective N Zen. Raise you a Dalek. Adventures of Tony, hello! How are things on the island? I will respond to the redeems shortly. I am doing space battle. Puppies are hard. But once you get past the difficult part, they're good to have around. I don't really know because of the mostly lifelong terror of dogs. I do understand that other people get joy out of having puppers nearby. He's G, the 3PO. The OG 3PO? Oh golly. There are definite there's some definite punnage happening. Some wordplay in the chat. Well, I mean, would you want to go potty outside? Oh? I have really enjoyed all of the pictures and sharing that you have shared about Gambit, Hannah. I was happy that you decided to just keep Gambit for yourself. I'm not helping. Ooh, pizza sounds good. We had salmon and salad. This is a game where I can follow chat pretty well while I'm playing, at least during the battles, because I often just shoot and I don't pay that much attention because I have played a lot. I mean, chat is always going to side with the fur baby over the human. We've been talking about like reorganizing the apartment, moving things around, and as part of that discussion, the possibility of getting a bird came up because Philip would like a pet. Philip wants a dog, but as I said, was terrified of dogs for most of my life and am not super comfortable with them now. So, and I love birds, so possibility of a bird in the future. All right. There are no Gorn ships on our sensors, sir. I've notified Starfleet Command of our status. They will be dispatching regular patrols to ensure that the Gorn cannot endanger civilian ships in this system again. We can return to sector space whenever you are ready, sir. I also changed the bridge positions since the last time we played because it was throwing me off having all the holograms talking to me all the time. So, all right, we've got Captain Akira Sulu. He has heard that the Donia system is secure and providing us with some experience. Tell me about patrol missions. Just for the system patrol. Yes. Oh, gosh. Yes. The threat is Gorn now. I do believe there are more points that need awarding, Elixir. We have a lot of space to protect, and now that the Borg have reappeared, Starfleet has had to pull many ships off the front lines of the war. That's left holes in our defenses, and the Klingons and their allies have taken advantage of that to strike deep into the heart of Federation territory. Starfleet intelligence believes that the Klingons and their allies currently are targeting unaffiliated star systems in Federation space. Months or even years go by with no Starfleet contact for most of those systems, making them easy pickings for the Klingons and their allies. Frankly, it seems like a campaign of terror to me. I think Jempok wants people to believe that Starfleet can't protect them. You will help me prove that we can. You should visit as many different star systems as possible and determine their status. If there are people there who need our help, help them. If our enemies are trying to get a foothold in Federation space, drive them out. I know you'll do the right thing, Admiral. Good luck. Tell me about yourself. I'm assuming you recognize the name. The Sulus have a long history of service, Admiral. Both of my parents served at Starfleet Command. My grandmother, Demora, was captain of the USS Mandala and the USS Enterprise B. And then there's my great-grandfather. If you paid attention in your classes at the Academy, I'm sure that you've heard of Hikaru Sulu. He served on the USS Enterprise with James T. Kirk and then went on to be captain of the USS Excelsior. A family like mine, it's a lot to live up to. For a long time, I resisted applying to the Academy. I wanted to do anything besides being yet another Sulu in Starfleet. It took the Dominion War and the Breen attack on Earth to show me where I needed to be. My father was injured, and I came back home to care for him. In the 6 months we had left, he taught me more about duty and honor than I could have learned in a lifetime of wandering. Since then, I've served on the Lexington, the Archer, and the Poseidon. When Winters left Earth Space Dock, Admiral Quinn asked me to take this position again, and I couldn't refuse. Helping legions of young Starfleet officers is too important. Besides, I know that no matter where Starfleet takes me, I'm right where I belong. I've never looked at those. Oh, Tony, don't worry about it. I'm actually going to pop the chat out so I can make it longer because I'm losing messages. OBS doesn't let me arrange things exactly how I want them, so this is better. Where are my other pliers? Those pesky folks. They've gone and caused trouble. What you find funny about doing story at max rank, you're literally doing the highest rank in... You're literally the highest rank in the room, yet everyone runs you around like a first-year ensign. Yes, Zen. It is interesting, to say the least. I don't think I've ever actually, like, started the game at max rank before. All right, I'm going to transwarp to the mission, because we have about an hour left, and we should be able to finish the mission in that time, I think. Yes, I miss the two birds I used to have. And I would very much enjoy a bird. All right, for more than a century, the worlds of the Agrama system I'm going to try this once again. The text is very small. For more than a century, the worlds of the Agrama system were heavens. Or the Orion, or havens. It is a very small font. I don't know if I can make this font bigger. I'll have to investigate that before next time. The worlds of the Agrama system were havens for the Orion Syndicate, while abandoned pirate bases still remain in the asteroid belts surrounding the 3 planets of the system. Agrama space is now held in the Iron Fist of the Romulan Star Empire, which has established a strong presence on Agrama 2. I do like it, but I can't give up all of Mondays to Star Trek Online. I have other games that I have to play. Also, you did a stretch and a posture and a hydrate, and I'm going to do those. And I think I'm good on a break for now. So, but thank you for reminding me that I could take one. So, oh, I don't have a Streampunks hat. I'm waiting to see what happens when they launch their new store. Yeah, I don't have one yet. If they end up having some patches with their logo, then I'll just make my own. If they have a hat, I'll just buy the hat. Or, you know, I haven't figured out yet what I'm gonna do as far as that. But otherwise, what hat would you like? I missed the hat trick, but I'm happy to do one. The stretch, posture, hydrate simultaneously. I can do the chevron, sure. We'll pop over. Yep. So we'll go from Strange New Worlds to just the chevron. It's funny to me that it's been 2 years since I randomly mentioned on stream that I had a bunch of hats, and that became the hat trick of if you spend the points you earn by watching, I will change my hat without you ever seeing the top of my head. Chevron encoded. Oh, but that's such a good franchise to mix it with. And considering the Iconian gateways, I mean, that might as well be Stargate. Okay, back to the game. Although that was a good song, but we're gonna start this mission. Empress Sela. The hat hoot. A hat hoot. No, that doesn't work. I feel like that would be something else. I tried. Okay, this is taking a second to load. Come on. Come on, servers. Bring me the game. The current mission, or the current event going on is A Good Day to Die, which I finished 2 days ago, I think. Being silly is perfectly allowable. That's why we have a chaos emote and a disco Thulu. We have arrived in the Agrama system, Captain. Incoming hail, sir. Do you want me to put it on the main view screen? On screen.
Greetings and welcome to Agrama. I am pleased that Starfleet sent such a notable officer as its representative at this conference. Please enter a standard orbit and transport down to these coordinates. This meeting may mark the beginning of a new day for the Federation and the Romulan Star Empire.
I hope we can find a path to peace. There has been too much conflict between our peoples. You're not going to make it to the end of this event? You can always buy it out, and it's discounted for the number of days, or for however many times that you actually progressed the event. if you decide that you want to spend actual dollars to like buy out any unfinished that you've got, it's possible. But then again, it does take real dollars to do that. Enter a planetary orbit. Also, Denise Crosby, voicing Empress Sela. We have entered standard orbit, sir. Are you ready to beam down? Away team, assemble in transporter room 1. We're just taking a small away team. Yes. Most of the characters, when they bring back characters like here on the refractions, like key image here, they've got Dr. Crusher and Wesley Crusher. These happen to be their mirror universe versions, but they had Gates McFadden and Will Wheaton voicing those characters in the game. So basically, every time that they've brought back a character, they've had the original actors voicing them where possible, which has been it's lovely. Like, what? I don't know what the android is eating. I must have had a food item in his inventory. That was interesting. Okay, we're supposed to talk to Empress Sela.
The rest of the delegates are already in the conference room. My aide, Jevem, will take you there. I have some business to attend to before we begin.
Oh, it's excellent, Zen. We'll get there eventually on stream. It's a pleasure to meet you, Empress. I look forward to a productive conversation. All right, so just waiting for Jevem. Ooh, there's an urgent message from the fleet, apparently. Oh, sorry, we're following Jevem. I should have paid attention. It does have the normal issue in video games where all the NPCs walk slower than you do. So when you're following somebody, you have to like... But that's common to all video games, basically. All right, we're supposed to talk to the diplomats. So let's start with the Federation diplomat here.
It is agreeable to meet with you. You have my people's enduring gratitude for how you handled that matter with Ambassador Soketh. This is another trying time for Vulcan. The Romulan Star Empire blames the Vulcan Science Academy for the Hobus supernova that destroyed their world. They are utterly intransigent in this misguided belief, despite the fact that Ambassador Spock warned them of the danger and ultimately gave his life to stop the loss of even more worlds. Romulans are a most illogical people. Sometimes I find it hard to believe we were once a single species.
I could spoil things, but I won't. Barrel rolling into a Romulan conference room seems appropriate. I could spoil things of later seasons of Discovery, but I won't.
Welcome
In comment
to
to what she said,
Isn't
but
this a lovely facility? You must tour the atrium later. Hard to believe this system was infested by Orion pirates not long ago. You know, some of my colleagues were against this meeting,
infested?
but I lobbied for it. I said the entire Federation cannot be as blind as the people who were at the farce at Khitomer. If you just see the problems the Romulan Republic are causing, I'm sure you can persuade your government to reconsider their rash choice and sever their agreements with these rebels.
It will take more than a warm welcome to make us change our minds about the Republic, Counselor. I'm having emotional reactions actually listening to what they're saying because my main character on the Federation side is a Romulan character. And my main character on the KDF side is an Orion. And so they were like insulting both.
I am so pleased to see the Federation recognize and attempt to rectify its past mistakes. I knew that a people as clever as yours would realize eventually that it is folly to antagonize the Romulan Star Empire. I am also confident it will only be a matter of time before you realize that you have made a grievous error by allying yourselves with terrorists, scoundrels, and thieves. The sooner you renounce your poorly considered alliance with the so-called Romulan Republic, the sooner we will be able to come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
I can only say that I am glad we have taken this first step. Tony, I don't know. I would doubt it. Like, although I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, these characters have been in this game for a long time, or at least this mission has, but I wouldn't put it past them to go in and just change out one of the NPC characters to a minor character from a new Star Trek property. Although I don't think they have done so, but they like to put Easter eggs in. So
I thought the Federation's alliance with the Romulan Republic would be the end of any meaningful dialogues with Empress Sela. After all, she considers the Republic to be a terrorist organization. She may have an ulterior motive for inviting us here, but we had to take the chance that Sela's offer to negotiate is sincere and act in kind. The Federation must pursue every avenue for peace.
I agree, Ambassador. Maybe she's seen how pointless this conflict is. That is the shortest conversation I have ever had with that Admiral. Or Ambassador.
The Romulans can be so difficult to deal with, especially these Imperials. They are forever setting traps, twisting words, and jockeying for advantage. Even a conference with the Klingons would be preferable. At least you know where you stand, Klingons. I'm reminded of a line I read once in an ancient Earth text. Hide a knife behind a smile. Every smile here hides a knife.
I'll be on my guard.
We are so pleased that you were able to attend our conference. The Empire was quite dismayed at your decision to support the terrorist insurgents rather than the rightful government of the Romulan people. So much for your vaunted Prime Directive. In any case, neither of us benefit from extended conflict. So despite your questionable alliances, we are choosing to open negotiations in hopes of normalizing relations between the Federation and the Romulan Star Empire.
Let us consider today as a first step toward a lasting accord. You're getting your Star Treks confused? I mean, there are quite a few of them. And they don't always agree with one another.
I apologize for the interruption. My name is Tokar. I am one of the stewards here. We've had a slight complication with the dietary requirements of some of your delegation. Could I borrow you for a moment so we can clear this up?
I guess so, but I'm not sure how much help I'll be. I mean, I came here with an Enar and an android, and I'm a Bajoran. Which dietary requirements were you having troubles with? Although he probably could more generally be referring to just the Federation delegation. And one of your staff is Bolian, and our chef is unfamiliar with their nutritional requirements. Hey, it says. What if you're on the menu? Preparing food for so many different species can be a logistical nightmare.
Franklin Drake says you can be trusted, and that is enough for me. There's more going on here than a diplomatic conference. Sela has no interest in courting the Federation. So why is she suddenly doing so now? We're going to find out what she's up to.
What do you propose?
The lower level of this facility is off limits to everyone but the Empress and her aides. But that access hatch right over there opens up to a maintenance tunnel that leads down. The doorway is guarded. So while I distract the guards, you sneak through the door.
Follow Tokath to the storage room and wait for him to distract the guards. Lead the way. Elixir, if you're getting ice cream, bring me some. Which would be difficult because you are multiple miles away and do not have a vehicle to drive here in. So I suppose I'll have to get my own ice cream after I finish streaming. All right, he's distracting the guards. Let's go on in. After finally watching some of Star Trek Prodigy, you broke down and signed up for Paramount Plus.
In the northeast corner of the room, there will be a security room near the exit of the maintenance tunnel on the level below us. Access one of the consoles there. Maybe you'll learn more about what she's doing. I need to get back to the reception before I'm missed. But I should be able to cover your absence for a few minutes. More than that, and you're on your own.
Take the maintenance tunnel to the lower level. Wait, Adventures in Tony, you didn't know that? Are you watching Next Gen for like the first time? I literally just rewatched that episode last night. All right, enter maintenance shaft. Because I'm doing a chronological rewatch of all of Star Trek that had been released before the current season of Picard. Although when I get to that point in Picard, I guess I'll rewatch these as well. You keep forgetting you have it. If you haven't watched the short treks, they're short. They're like video shorts. And some of them are quite fun. And they're all available on Paramount Plus as well. Excuse your XO on the ship you serve on. Right, Zen. We're on the same ship. Yep. So it's no problem to have Elixir bring me some of the ice cream. None at all. Chief of napping from now on. If you're serious about that and not just joking, I can make that change. I've made a note, and you can let me know if you were serious or not. But access authorized. Enter command. Wait, in the Discord? I'm confused. No, I have ice cream. I can get it after stream. I actually do have ice cream. All right, access communications logs. I should pay attention. We're gonna run out of time. Ooh, dairy-free sorbetto. See, on here though, you're presently Earl Grey Hottie. I can change that to Chief of Napping if you wish. Yes, got it. I will. Unless, no. Keep Earl Grey Hottie. This is what you can send me a note in the, or I can chat with you in the Discord later and we can figure it out. Hottie forever. Got it. Yes, our ship's lawyer is a torpedo. Encoding. IOTA-215 classified material. Eyes only. From to Commander Tangen, Empress Sela. Per our agreement, my ships have acquired the Borg sphere and towed it to the Pilatus system. I anticipate your prompt acceptance of our proposal for new hunting grounds and the interesting prey you have promised us. End transmission. Download logs. Access security cameras. Oh, wait. Disable transport inhibitors. Access transport inhibitor system. Disable transport inhibitors. Next, access storage room cameras. Access security cameras. Please input which security camera you wish to view. Storage room is what we're after.
to board my ship. I will depart as soon as they are on board. At last, we will have our revenge for the destruction of Romulus. Hail Hakiv and put him through to my personal terminal. Then leave me. I have matters to attend to.
Yes, Empress.
Access office security camera. Really good at distracting the captain, indeed. Okay, but I did that and nothing happened. There we go.
Computer, begin playback of file 2895 Gamma.
After I left Starfleet, I made it my life's work to reunite the Romulans with their Vulcan brothers. For many years, I lived among them and waged a campaign of peace. 21 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went supernova and sent a wave of devastation across the quadrant. I promised to save the Romulan homeworld. I failed.
Computer, end file. I cannot suffer more of that arrogant fool. Soon, Vulcan will suffer the same fate as my world.
Well, that doesn't sound good. Access active communication channels.
I have Hakiv, Empress.
Patch him through.
Greetings, Empress.
My fleet has launched for Vulcan. I expect you to rendezvous with us there.
Alas, I must disappoint you. The terrorist cells of the Romulan Republic demand my full attention. Kitterer did not go as planned. Now they have powerful allies, and with Taurus missing.
Spare me your excuses, Hakiv. Nothing is more important than avenging the destruction of our homeworld. You disappoint me, Hakiv. I trust you will not do so again.
Destroy weapons. Okay. We cannot allow Sela to use those weapons. We must destroy them before she can load them. Okay. They're going to try and destroy Vulcan. Which, if you're familiar with the Kelvin timeline, this is not the Kelvin timeline. But Vulcan was destroyed in the Kelvin timeline. I am detecting Thaleron signatures from these 3 crates. They must contain the subspace weapons. And there was reference to the Kelvin timeline and the events that happened in the Prime universe before Spock crossed over by using red matter earlier in the stream. Yeah, oh gosh. Adventures of Tony, enjoy your work meeting. Hopefully I see you later in the on Cryptic's channel. Timing is key to both comedy and planking. Planking? Planking? Who was talking about planking? Although, I mean, I suppose you do have to stay in that position for a long enough period of time for it to be called planking. Also, it's key to pranking. Get clear of blast area. Comedy, planking, and pranking. Weapons go boom.
I should have known the Federation would send spies instead of diplomats.
Slow
And
clap.
Khan's treacherous. No matter. You may have destroyed these weapons, but my fleet is already en route to Vulcan. You cannot stop what has begun. Guards! Capture the intruders!
Of course she escapes. She's Empress Sela. It's to be expected. Okay. Let's defeat these guards. Yeah? That was new. Oh, how'd you get behind me? Stop that. Take items. Come on. We got this.
Whatever you did down there, it made quite an impression. Good work on disabling the transport inhibitor. Your ambassadors are safely back on their ships, but I had to blow my cover to get them there. Now it's time for me to get out while I still can. Farewell.
Thanks for your help, Tokath. I hope we meet again. Are you ready to return to the ship, Captain? Yes, let's beam up. A glue eater? In the context of working in a library, that is just really, really funny that autocorrect would have done that. Admiral, the satellites are emitting a dampening field that has knocked our engines offline. The diplomatic vessels have been similarly affected. Initiate a feedback pulse. Ha! You can't stop me. I mean, we've all seen that, well, I assume everybody's seen that meme photo of the gravestone that says died from eating library paste. That's not just something that librarians have seen, right? And my blatantly stolen but you know, source noted ableism command there. I presume that Urban Bohemian would have told me if it was unacceptable because he's been in here a few times, so. Don't eat glue. Yeah, you can never win satellite. We have blue beam. I mean, the blue beams are good. I had red beams too, or orange. Red, orange. Orange and red used to, in the English language, be the same. Like, the colors weren't the same, but they were both called red. And then this fruit that we call the orange today was discovered. And they decided they needed a name for it, and they named it the orange. And the color orange takes its name from the fruit, not the other way around. The amount of times blue beams solve problems in this game is impressive. Aw, I was hoping to shoot off the big beam. It's fine. I am not used to flying ships that are quite this big. I'm mostly, I fly the fighters. I'm used to like the close in, rather, like this is sort of a mid-range ship. I like the big ships like the Enterprise, but the way I fly and the way I play is much more suited to like the fighters that can like zoom in and shoot weapons off their side at the ships or quickly get turned around so that they can face, yeah. I mean, it works in this ship, just not as well as in a fighter. Communication systems now available, sir. Hail Admiral Tenay.
I had not expected to hear from you so soon. Was your mission successful?
Sela has launched an attack fleet, and her target is Vulcan.
I should have expected as much. You cannot trust them. I never do. I am contacting all available ships. We will meet you there.
Good luck, Admiral. We've done all we can here, and I'm transmitting an emergency signal to Starfleet Command. Course laid in for the Vulcan system, sir. Warp to the Vulcan system. Someday, if my laryngitis ever gets completely under control, I might try to do voices again. That appointment got rescheduled. I'm going in on Friday of this week. So, yeah, the escort ships. I love the Bajoran Raider. It's a lot of fun to fly. It's really small, but it's a lot of fun to fly. But it's also really hard to get. I have it on at least one of my PC characters.
Thanks to your warning, we were able to divert some ships to defend Vulcan. I have come to personally command the defense. The other forces have already been briefed. Your role in this battle will be to defend the science vessels that have set up a tachyon detection grid to detect any cloaked Romulan ships. We cannot allow any enemy ships to slip through.
I understand, Admiral. Also, before I click this, the Streampunks just sent out another tweet about tonight's game that starts in a half an hour, just being like, hey, we're starting in a half an hour. And I just noticed, I didn't notice earlier, I just noticed that Xanderific, who rated us right at the very beginning of stream, is joining them tonight for the one-shot. So, and, like, yeah, they've got Eric and Sam and Noir and Caitlin Bruder, who are regulars on Clear Skies Perseverance, and they're being joined by Xander. I am sorry that I did not shout that out at the very beginning of stream when Xander rated, because I didn't know. Okay.
The ships maintaining the grid will be priority targets for the Romulans, but they must remain in position or the grid will collapse. That is why I need you to protect them.
Defend the science vessels from the Romulan fleet. Okay, Puddleglum, I feel better because, like, I was there, and then of course his stream went down, and I was busy working and didn't get back in right away.
How can you fight what you cannot see?
So I felt like maybe I missed
now,
it.
And I may give you a merciful death.
And I'm not sure it was in the original tweet either.
Our tachyon detection grid has revealed scout ships attempting to penetrate the perimeter.
I don't know, but it's exciting. Because Xander was part of the original Clear Skies cast for the first Clear Skies show and guested on Shield of Tomorrow. So it's going to be a lot of fun getting to watch Xander play some more Star Trek Adventures. Sadly, Bonnie Gordon is not listed on tonight, but Bonnie's there as a regular, and Star Trek fans.
Vulcan must pay for its crimes.
Familiar with Star Trek Prodigy might know Bonnie Gordon as the voice of the computer on Star Trek Prodigy, as well as she also played an officer who got to actually talk to Janeway at one point, which was lovely. I was like, wait, that was Bonnie's voice. Kochirigu is Oh gosh. My brain is not going to deliver it to me. I'll look it up in a minute because the word is not coming to my brain. It's one of the Federation founders races. Rigelian. Kochirigu is a Rigelian. Right card is the actually derivation of nerd card. Yes, she's busy being the computer on the protostar. It's fine. Totally fine. Actually, I'm so happy for her. It is just amazing that she went from playing Star Trek Adventures TTRPG actual plays to actually being cast as the voice of the computer in an actual Alpha Canon Star Trek production. And she is amazing. She also sings in a Meatloaf cover band fairly regularly, has her own project with Xander, the Library Bards, and her, according to the updates from her Kickstarter that she did, they're getting close to doing the final edits on the jazz album that she recorded for her Kickstarter. Like, she's just a dynamo of just productivity, and it's amazing. Did you hear? So it's hard, like, it's hard to know because there are at least 3 active actresses that play the Star Trek computers, and they all, part of the casting for it is that they need to sound somewhat similar to Majel Barrett from when she voiced the computer in Star Trek The Next Generation. And so I could see how you would potentially mistake one of them for the others. I just, in Prodigy, I knew that it was Bonnie because that had all been announced. And then, so whenever I heard Bonnie's voice in Prodigy, it was easy to pick out. But yeah, it'd be easy to mistake one of the actresses that plays the computer for one of the other actresses that plays the computer because they all have a somewhat similar sound when they're voicing the computer. I'm just waiting for the Protostar's computer to do the Mrs. Claus voice.
Hold the line.
We did get a computer cameo in Clear Skies Perseverance episode 1. So Bonnie does a Mrs. Claus thing in around holiday time, and yeah, I'm just waiting. Someday something's gonna happen, and that Mrs. Claus voice is gonna come out of the computer on Star Trek Prodigy, and it's gonna be hilarious for anybody who is familiar with Bonnie's other work. That would be really, yeah, maybe. I wasn't sure what to think about Prodigy. I initially ended up watching it. Well, there were 2 reasons I started watching it. One, it's new Star Trek. Like, it's Star Trek. Of course I was going to watch it. But also, Bonnie was in it. And it's actually really good. It's,
You may have won this day, but the fight will continue. Romulus will be avenged. There will be blood for blood, death for death. My world is gone. I will not rest until Vulcan suffers the same fate.
Vulcan is not to blame, Sela. The Federation wants peace with your people.
Indeed. Then why does Starfleet use ships equipped with weapons of mass destruction? Why did the Vulcan Science Council willfully refuse to assist us when there was a chance to save our world? Every sorrow in my life can be laid at the feet of the Federation.
You are blinded by anger and grief. I hope you see the truth before it is too late. I'm detecting some unusual energy signatures from some of the debris from the Romulan vessels, sir. Move us in closer and scan the debris. Scan debris. Sir, this debris has traces of Borg energy signatures. I think the Romulans may have modified their ships with Borg technology. Something to look into. We have completed our objectives here, sir. Are you ready to depart the system? Let's go. So yeah, what I was saying, Prodigy is really, really good. It's, they've branded it with the Nickelodeon logo to indicate that it is, or like with the Nickelodeon brand, to indicate that it is intended for children. Like it's children's programming. It is intended as a children's cartoon, as opposed to like Lower Decks, which is very much not for children. But it's still really good. If you like Star Trek, just generally, Prodigy is worth a watch. Do you know who Denise? Yes, Denise Crosby's grandfather was Bing Crosby, the singer. Right? Yeah. I know she's related to him. I don't know about generational, but I think that's what you're going for. What I love about Prodigy is the balance between young adult writing and the Star Trek writing. Yeah. Yeah, I like the characters, and I love Murph. Murph is amazing. And they made a Murph plush, and I really wish that I had that Murph plush, but it was like a giveaway at a conference, and so I don't have it because I wasn't like attending the con, but I want the Murph plush. Because Murph is amazing. The people of Vulcan and Starfleet Command both asked me to congratulate you on averting what could have been a terrible disaster. I am deeply concerned by your discovery of Romulan attempts to modify Borg technology. Sela is desperate to hold the remnants of the Romulan Empire together, and desperate people take the greatest risks. Under the circumstances, it is logical to assume that we have not seen the last of Sela. Perhaps she will come to realize that Vulcan and Starfleet were not to blame for the destruction of Romulus before she returns. All right, we get to pick. So we're going to get experience, we're going to get a career-specific kit reward, and some ore, and then we get to pick sniper rifle, shield, or armor. All of this stuff that we're getting from this mission is well below the stuff that we already have.
I have no missions
so because we did the boost to level 65 at the start. Oh geez, Elixir. I don't know. The internet's just been really like wonky lately. Hello, Bengenium. How are you tonight? Without spoiling the story, what that did with Rock's character was the perfect choice, since her character would have easily slipped into cliche. Or what they did. Yeah, I love so much of the character development and the story that has happened on Prodigy so far. It's been really, really good. All right. I don't want to do this right now because if I don't pick it up right now, it'll pop up at the beginning the next time that we play Star Trek Online. And so we can read this and know what we're doing when we get in there, right? That makes sense to me. So I'm just going to ignore Admiral Tanay for now. Yeah, we have about 12 minutes. And I don't want to give things away. But I could just hop in with a different character and we could like hang out if you happen to be in the game. Question is, who should I go in as? I could hop in as my Orion, who I love that it sometimes just defaults them back to the base outfit that you made for them instead of like whatever their current outfit is. I made this character, Joseph Tarsus. If you remember the Drumhead episode, Simon Tarsus was a quarter Romulan character in the episode The Drumhead in Next Generation, and they reference that he had a brother, and then in video game canon, his brother was given a name, and that name was Joseph. And so I made Joseph Tarsus. Know what we're doing? That doesn't sound like us. This is true. This is my liberated Borg Romulan. Of course, I have my character Drew, who is in Kilt. I have my Section 31 character. I have my Okampa character, which is not a race you can pick. I just built him using the alien. Yeah, I enjoy making characters in this game. Yeah, no. But this is my main. Krogan. Who is a Romulan. Federation aligned. You couldn't tell that I enjoy making characters in this game? This is just on the PC. I have as many characters as this on the PlayStation. Sadly, they are probably not going to last for very long because it's a PlayStation 4 and I have no plans to buy a PlayStation 5. So yeah, probably those characters will have to retire. Is this one? I don't know. I don't have the vanity shield in here that I want right now. Whatever. This is my ship, the USS Antarctica. It's a Saturn class vessel. And I don't know, I've really been loving the Saturn class. I kind of don't want to fly a different ship with this character. I love the way it handles. I really like it. The bottle opener ship, yeah. I like this one a lot. And I haven't found any like guides to how to make a good build for it. Nobody ever really talks about it, but it seems effective enough. It works well for me, which is what matters. This is the Federation Klingon Empire Alliance uniform, which works on all of the characters, and they all get almost the exact same number of color slots and color palettes to work with, which sometimes when you're trying to make a unified uniform for your crew can be a challenge. And then, of course, my pride sweater. With the pride scarf. I have lots of outfits on here. I'm just killing time now because I don't want to start another mission, but it's not time to raid yet. So if anybody is around, I am presently on Earth Space Dock 5 if you want to run over here. You are welcome. Let's kind of go through. Let's see, Tal Shiar. This was my base uniform for a long while. It's got the Romulan scarf on it. The lighting on the space dock is just really bad for showing off outfits, which is funny because like the tailor is here. Let's see. There's got to be somewhere better lit. Oh, I know what's better lit. Well, I'd have to go down to the planet. Might be worth it. We'll see. You stuck with the vegetable themes for naming your ships? Hestia is called the USS Chanadal. Beautiful sounding name until you realize it's handy for split chickpea. Oh yeah, no, it's totally fine. You don't have to. I was just offering it up if anybody wanted to. Since I'm just hanging out on the station right now. I did make a 32nd century doctor outfit. Purple Disco. It's the Discovery uniform with purple, and then the badge is it's I forget the name of the badge, but it's in reference to Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra. Stop turning around. I keep hitting the wrong button. That's why he keeps turning around. I want you facing this way because there's light. Oh, you don't have the game yet? What? Oh, Shadows, it's so worth playing though, and it's free. Romulan Republic. Oh, I can't switch into the swimwear here. I'd have to go to Risa for that, or to the colony world. Lower Decks outfit, which is in Trans Pride colors. Clubwear works on the station, though. Wrath of Khan uniform, only purple instead of standard. Section 31 uniform. Of course, Mirror Universe. Mirror Universe outfit. I run around in this one quite a bit. Just because it's fun. And then I made this one. This is as close as I could do to a Strange New Worlds uniform. Because they haven't put any Strange New Worlds content in the game yet. And in the season of Discovery that had that was sort of like a backdoor pilot for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, they were in the Discovery uniforms, but with the colors, like the original series uniform colors. And so I went with that and made one. Anyway, it's silly. But Space Barbie dress up is truly endgame for this game. Playing around with your uniforms is very much an end game thing. Yeah, they're the uniforms. I love the uniforms that they did for Strange New Worlds and for like Pike and Una and Spock in Discovery. I thought the uniforms were really good. I'm excited for Strange New Worlds content to someday make it into here. Fashion is always the end game. You're not wrong. I should just you're going to lose game sound here for a second. Because I want to bring up Cryptic Studios and just make sure that I'm aware when they go live, which is not yet, but just gonna like have that available so that I can see it, so that I know when it happens, because we will be raiding over there shortly after they go live, while they're on the starting screen. So let's see, what ships do I have that are interesting? Ooh, I got the collector ship, which is from the recent, that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to say it's the compiler Science Dreadnought. I don't want to spoil, but that's like the most recent story that was added to this, is what that ship comes from. I actually really like these, the Day One pilot ships. Got a couple of this is the Klingon bird of prey. And oh gosh, what did I do to that one? Look at the colors on that thing. What was I thinking? Collector ship? Shepard? Indeed. Yes, the collectors. I do like this ship. It is truly a flying saucer. And then I also have this flying saucer, which I might show that one off. I'm going to save the loadout here real quick, just to make sure that I can get my current ship back. But let's ready this one. Yeah, I'm aware that you're unable to equip everything. Let's beam up. I have a couple of flying saucers, but this one is just a nice flying saucer. If you've seen the pilot episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, this ship, I have a vanity shield on, which is why it's purple, but I'm going to move to a less crowded area of space here and just show you what this ship does. Oh gosh, were you there? I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were there. Okay. This is the ship. You space jellyfish. It's actually a surprisingly good ship as far as like being able to fly around and hold your own in fighting. And when you switch to this form, your movement drops to basically nothing. You can basically not move. But when you switch to this form during battle, it sends out like electrical damage to everything around you the whole time you're in this form. Which is useful and works really well. I love the jellyfish ship. That said, I should probably do like the thank yous and whatnot, because Cryptic Studios has gone live, so we're good. I don't have to like vamp after doing credits, which we had to do previously, which was uncomfortable for me, which is why I was vamping before credits. You're parked next to me. Oh, hi. Oh, your ship is so small. Oh gosh, what am I doing? I do have to close things out because we're going to raid over to Cryptic Studios for not Clear Skies Perseverance. It is a one-shot Star Trek Adventures game tonight. run by Eric Campbell. And let me say thank you to Sargareth for following tonight, Adventures of Tony for being here and being amazing. Romulan Republican Force, thank you for the follow. Thank you to I Am Puddleglum for the resubscription. Xanderific and Stephen Joyce, thank you both so very much for bringing your community over here and the raids early at the beginning of stream. Xanderific, who raided us before I was even on screen, will be in the game that we're about to raid over to Cryptic Studios for. Jola True. So yeah, we're going to be raiding over to Cryptic Studios channel. Cryptic Studios, if you're unaware, is Star Trek Online. Like, this is the official Twitch channel of Star Trek Online that we will be raiding over to. They are hosting the Streampunks playing a Star Trek Adventures tabletop role-playing game actual play. And tonight is a special one-shot with just a portion of the normal cast and the addition of Xanderific, who had been in a previous Clear Skies cast. And so we're going to be heading over there to enjoy that game. My next stream will be Wednesday afternoon. That stream will be sharing materials from an actual archives where I work. And so that is at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Saturday is my next gaming stream. That is Ultima 6, The False Prophet. Sunday will be me playing Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition. Getting close to the end of the game. It's my first time ever playing it. Next Monday, we're back to Myst 3. And then the next time we'll be doing Star Trek Online will be the first Monday in April. So if you want to see more Star Trek Online, and we'll continue with the storyline here, we'll be doing Star Trek Online the first Monday of every month. So hopefully I will see you then. And hopefully I see all of you soon-ish. Let me actually punch in the raid. I sort of forgot that was a thing that I had to do. So Springleaf 17, thank you so much for the follow. Once again, thank you everybody for joining me tonight. I hope that you'll all join me for the raid over to Cryptic Studios channel. I do have a raid call. It is right there. Two flavors. If you have my emotes, if you're a subscriber, you can drop that chaos on them. Otherwise, it is just the raid emote. It is #RogueRaid. Thank you so much. Hope I see you again soon. Until I do, get out there and do some shenanigans, everybody.